What is up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. So Bitcoin is currently dipping below that $10,000 mark, heading towards my downside target of 9,500. We'll see how far we dip below 10,000. Looking at the hourly chart right now. Let's check out the 4 hour. So we had that descending triangle. We were looking at this for the past few days now, guys. This descending triangle breakdown. Slowly chopping our way below 10,000, below support rather. So let's look at the, let's check out the parabolic trajectory real quick. Because we are coming up on this now, guys. We are coming up on extremely critical support levels right now for Bitcoin. If we do break below 9,500, max 9,000, then we should be seeing a much harsher sell-off. So I would think that the bulls are probably going to be stepping in above the 9,000 level, most likely above this previous resistance right here. So this is going to be very critical, guys. We could go down downwards of as low as 9,100 before actually breaking the parabolic structure, guys. Right, but I think it'll probably be closer to 9,500 if we do continue to the downside. But right now we are falling below that 10,000 mark, coming up on some extremely critical levels for Bitcoin, guys. So we'll see if we get a bounce off this area, if we continue down, if we break below 9,100, if we break below 9,000, then likely we are in for a much harsher sell-off. But we'll see. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you guys all here. What's up, Craig Neve? All you guys. Vic Ront, Crypto Kibo. See a lot of familiar faces in the chat right now. So interestingly enough, Ethereum is breaking below $280 as well. Also critical support. Let's check out Litecoin. So Litecoin as well. So Litecoin right now is at the most critical support level it could possibly be at, really. Just the upward sloping, the parabolic trajectory that it has been on as well. If Litecoin breaks below this area, we should see $100 pretty quickly. And if we get below $100, we could be seeing a much harsher sell-off below, the $80 level or so. But we'll see. Litecoin sitting at extremely critical support. Check it out on the hourly. Just barely hanging on here to the upsloping support. But again, this is a support level to be holding for the bulls. So we could get a bounce off this level. Bitcoin is looking for a bounce. We'll see if we get it. Looking at the hourly here, not all too much support yet. Also, there is the potential right now for, maybe a falling wedge type pattern forming right now. So, if we squeeze into this apex here, we could see a bounce. We could see a bounce out of this range, possibly. Right? And then, again, let's pull out our fib extensions so we can see. Hold on, let's go to the 3-day. So if we do get a bounce off this level that we're testing right now, that would be a pretty good bounce. We're just above the 382 right now. So I was looking for, I think the 382 would be at, or a little bit closer to 9,500. Let's see. Let's line this up a little bit better. So we're just above the 382 right now. And we could get a bounce testing maybe the 236 on the next rally if we do get a bounce off this level. This should be acting as support. I was expecting 9,500, but we're pretty damn close. So we'll see. If we get a bounce off this level, we could rally upwards of 11,200. before potentially, getting some sideways action going into this range. And ultimately, I am looking for a breakdown as low as 7,500, creating again, guys, I keep talking about this, creating a longer term parabolic structure. This is what I'm looking for now. I think this is the most likely scenario right now, would be creating a longer term parabolic structure. Right, so we're hitting that 382. So I would assume we should be getting some support soon. We could go as low as 9,500 before we get that support. That's what the level I've been looking at, but we'll see. So as we're breaking down below the 10,000 level, I'm going to go through chat real quick. We'll see what Bitcoin decides to do. Sitting at 9,850 on Coinbase. What is up, guys? Let me guys know in the chat. Do you guys think that we're going to maintain above the parabolic trajectory in the short term here? Press 1 for yes if you think we will remain within the parabolic trajectory. Doing something like this, bouncing around the 382 through 236, or if you think we are going to actually become a lot more bearish and break down, press 2. If you think we're going to get much more bearish and break down, press 2. Press 1 if we're going to remain within the parabolic trajectory. I want to know what you guys think. John says, which alts pump, Kevin? I think most things are probably going to be falling with Bitcoin now, guys. I think most things are probably going to be falling with Bitcoin. I don't think alts are going to see any major bounces as Bitcoin is having this harsh of a sell-off. I think it's quite unlikely. Again, in the previous bull market, when Bitcoin had this rally right here, if I remember correctly, we came to 20,000 and we pulled back. And once we had this rally here, the second bounce, this dead cat bounce, this larger scale dead cat bounce, that is when we had a bit of an altcoin spring, I believe. Also this rally here, right? So I think what you'd be looking for is, Bitcoin's next major bounce is when you'll see altcoins having some action, right? It's not an inverse correlation with, a lot of people think that alts are just going to moon when Bitcoin dumps. That's not how it works, guys. Bitcoin has to pull back and make a bounce usually, at least from my experience, that's what I remember. So now below 9,900, saw a low of 9,778 here on Coinbase. So we're getting close to that 9,500 target. So, I mean, we'll see. Again, we can go as low as, on this, the way I have it mapped out here, we can go as low as, 9,200, and that would still keep us within the parabolic trajectory here, guys, right? So we'll see. So Litecoin sitting at extremely critical support. This will be interesting for Litecoin. Litecoin right now is testing the area of the parabolic structure that I think Bitcoin will be testing. So this is very, very interesting, guys. I think Bitcoin, it's possible that we test the lower end of this. So we'll see. What is up, guys? So I asked the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat. I already asked the chat. Do you guys think that we're going to be bouncing? Have a bounce back into the parabolic trajectory, or are we going to break down out of the parabolic trajectory here in the short term? I said press 1 if you think we're going to get a bounce back in, or press 2 if you think we're going to pull back. Let me know in the chat, guys. It seems like most people right now, it's pretty split, actually. Pretty split. About 50-50. I think most people seem to be looking for a breakdown, actually. Yeah, a lot of people say alt season coming soon, guys. Most likely, alt season will come once Bitcoin gets a significant rally, right? Once it gets like another rally. It doesn't. It's not an inverse correlation from my experience, guys. It's usually, if we get a bounce off the parabolic trajectory here, whether that's 9,500, 9,200, if we get a bounce, then I would be looking for some altcoin action, right? Not as Bitcoin's dumping. Altcoins do not do well when Bitcoin's dumping, guys. It's never been that way. Seems pretty split in the chat. Seems pretty 50-50 right now. Also, let me know where you guys are tuning in from right now. Yeah, a lot of people are looking for 8,500. I just think that it would make a lot more sense for the bulls to defend this level right here, which would be maintaining the parabolic trajectory. Also, this previous resistance area. I think this, for me, this makes like I pay attention to the Bitcoin exchanges, guys. I pay attention to where the Bitcoin's actually being traded, right? I don't care too much about CME, even though, of course, it could have an effect on the way people see the market. Craig Neve says 7,500 will be a lot of buyers. Yeah, guys, I mean, again, I was talking about this earlier. Now that Bitcoin has, blown past the 10,000 mark once again and rallied up to, almost 14,000, Bitcoin's back in the news. A lot of retailers are looking at Bitcoin once again. So even if we do get a significant pullback to the golden retrace around 7,500 at the 618 here, guys, even if we do have that harsh of a pullback, which is what I'm looking for right now for a potential reaccumulation area, even if we do get that harsh of a pullback, I think that right now the market has enough attention for us to potentially gain pretty good support at that level and potentially continue back up for the long term, right? And again, like slowly gain back that bullish momentum over time. Similar to like this area here, just get that slow parabolic progression, right? It doesn't have to be anything super crazy, like a straight shot to 20,000. It can, this is a much more realistic and much more likely outcome, I would think. Getting a pullback to this area, maybe creating some sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern, getting the left and right shoulder in between the 50% retrace and the 382. And getting the ultimate low for reaccumulation around 7,500 before rallying out. This is what I think right now. If you ask me right now, this is what I think is most likely. Most likely, I would say this would be forming going into August, maybe end of July into August, possibly. Is when I would expect this low to be put in, 7,500 in August, and that would be a really good support area to test. A really good just above our consolidation range, previous resistance areas, previous support areas here, some resistance here, some support here. It would just be overall great area for the price to touch and gain support and rally out for the long term. So who do we got in the chat right now? Got a lot of people from the U.S., obviously, Arizona, Tennessee, Canada, Los Angeles, Brooklyn, Serbia, Norway, Canada. A lot of people are saying tether up. A lot of people are tethering up right now. So Bitcoin coming back to 9,800. Let's see. Looking at the 1 hour chart. So we are potentially forming a falling wedge now, guys. Potentially. This could break to the downside still. But it looks like, we'll see. If we do find support, just above 9,500 here, we could actually get a short-term bounce if this is indeed a falling wedge. But we could still see a breakdown from here, guys. We'll see. This chart is pretty cluttered at the moment. Bring it to the 4-hour. So yeah, we had that descending triangle. We had that dead cat bounce that we were looking for here on this channel, guys, and we pulled back finally, you know, forming that descending triangle, breaking down, heading towards our target of 9,500, just above that target right now. So we got people from everywhere right now. People in the U.S. We got some people in Germany. I guess you guys are just waking up right now. We get the whole world in the chat right here, guys. So let's see. We're still getting some support. So we could be chopping into this range in between this downsloping support, this downsloping resistance. We'll see. And again, the 236 would be coming in at 11,200. So if we do get a bounce, we could see a rally up to about 11,200 if we get significant support at this level. If we fail this level, then likely we'd see a nice pullback, and the bulls would really have to maintain this previous resistance here, guys. The bulls would really need to maintain that. If they don't, things could get very, very ugly. But I would assume that the bulls are going to attempt to defend the upsloping support here. But we'll see. Craig Neve says this could also be the biggest bear trap of the year. I mean, yes, guys, anything is possible. You know, we could trade into this range, maybe create some higher low trajectory, and eventually break out again, right? And actually continue the parabolic trajectory. Possible, very possible, guys. You know, this is also a possibility. I think it's less likely. I think we're finding a lot of downside pressure right now. Tech Boys coming in with the 2. He says, "Did you say we're going as low as 7,500 by August?" Well, I'm not saying we are. I'm saying it's a possibility. It's on my radar right now, guys. The golden retrace comes in at about 7,500. And for many reasons, guys, for many reasons. I mean, I keep explaining this, but a lot of people seem to be interested in this. But yes, I think about 7,500 is likely to create a larger scale parabolic move. And I can't draw. Let's see. Something of this fashion, guys. Something of this fashion. It's really not that unreasonable of a pullback, guys. Not really. I mean, for Bitcoin, I mean, this is Bitcoin, right? I mean, like, we see these swings all the time. And if we pulled back to that level, it would be extremely healthy. It'd be an extremely healthy pullback. We'd probably garner a lot of support at that level. And it would be a nice, you know, potentially a good reset, and you know, maybe we get a lot of momentum. Max X the dump whisper. Let's go through chat real quick. Let's see. Still holding below 10,000. Just below 9,900. Ethereum still holding this level. I expected us to possibly pull back, you know, below this resistance by now, but we are actually holding previous resistance as it seems right now for Ethereum. So if Bitcoin does get a bounce off this level, Ethereum could be okay. Could still maintain this, you know, the $275 level. Litecoin sitting at the most critical support right now. And Chainlink still maintaining above $3. Managed to get a bounce off the $3 level. We've been following this for a while here, guys. So let's see. Yeah, getting a bounce off the 382. Yeah, the other day we were talking about, or yesterday I guess, we were talking about the potential for the price to squeeze into this area, potentially create, maybe some sort of pennant, although it's not really looking like that right now, to potentially continue the parabolic trajectory to the upside, but we'll see. I mean, the parabolic trajectory is still intact, but if you start falling below $3, then likely you'd be in for a longer term correction, probably pulling back to $2.50, $2, and hopefully getting some support off that level. And we'll see if we can get there, or we'll see if we break below $3. We'll see what kind of support comes in at $2.50 or $2, because those are the levels that are obviously the most critical right now, based on previous resistance, guys, and the fib extensions. The 618, $2. The 50% retrace, $2.50 here for Chainlink. Still maintaining above the 382. So this will be interesting to see for Chainlink coming in the future, the near future here. But yeah, possibly a pennant formation and a possible continuation of the parabolic trajectory for Chainlink. Very possible. Right? You're gonna want to keep that $3.30 level if you are going to continue parabolic. But if you fall below $3, then likely you'll be testing the 50% retrace or the 618. That'll be $2.50 to $2. The Chainlink is a pretty interesting one to follow right now, guys. Blue sky breakout. In the process of finding price discovery, no overhead resistance. Other than, of course, the resistance that we just found, these downsloping resistance points. Do we just get a donation again? Engineer coming in with a 5. He says, "Thanks for all the updates last week. Keep up the great channel." Thanks. No problem, Engineer Corner. Much appreciated, man. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate the donation. Guys, let me know in the chat, is anybody out there holding Chainlink right now? Or have you taken profits? Is anybody out there involved in Chainlink? Press 1 if you are. Is anybody looking to get into Chainlink? By far one of my favorite altcoins right now, guys. But, I'm not a financial advisor or anything of that sort. So, yeah, right now, again, we're looking at Bitcoin. A potential falling wedge pattern. If we do get support here, we could be testing back up to 11,200, which would be coming in at the 236. Fib extension right here, guys, and that would keep us within the parabolic trajectory, at least for now. It would, at least this upsloping support line, right? That would keep us within this support area, and we'll see if we get some sideways chop going into July. Of course, it is possible that we do continue bullish, right? Possible that Bitcoin does actually maintain the bullish trajectory and heads higher. Possibility. I think it's quite unlikely right now. I think what would be the best for the, what would actually be the healthiest move for the market, what I think is most likely right now, just based on, a lot of things. I think a pullback to around the 7,500 area would be the best and most likely outcome right now. Really, I think we just need to, if this is going to be a long-term move, guys, we definitely need to pick up some more support. And just continuing this parabolic move, it would be extremely unsustainable if we were going to continue it, straight towards 20,000 as a lot of people were expecting. I think it's extremely unsustainable. It's just not, the volume signature just does not show that possibility, guys, for me at least. So I think getting a pullback, regaining some support, around the 7,500 level, 7,000, 7,500 level would be the best for the structure of the market, and would be, essentially, that would make the most healthy long-term bull run, and is just the most likely scenario right now. Got 224 people tuning in right now, guys. Been going for about 30 minutes. Definitely smash that like button, subscribe, click a button. There's a few buttons on the screen. Just hit one of the buttons there. Craig Neve says Zcash could be a good buy at $98. Yeah, guys, I'm still waiting for a good privacy coin to find some good, market structure. I don't know. Nothing's really caught my eye yet, guys. Nothing's really caught my eye in terms of privacy coins yet. I mean, right now you got Monero, Zcash. It's about it. It's the only ones that I would trust anyway. Zcash hard fork in 2 weeks. Dream Surfer says not much volume off that bounce. Dead cat incoming. Could be. Yeah, again, I mean, we could go as low as 92, 9,500, which is the target we've been looking for here for like a week or so. Since we get this nice rejection here. Been looking to test this upsloping support line for about a week now. Finally getting that pullback. So we'll see. If we can't get that support, then likely we'll test down a few hundred more dollars. If we do break below the parabolic trajectory, then I think that'll be an extremely harsh sell-off. Quite unexpected for me, though. Steven says, what is a good price to get in on Chainlink? Well, I mean, I don't necessarily feel comfortable with giving out, recommendations, but I mean, maybe getting a test off the golden retrace or the 50% retrace, maybe you're looking for $2, $2.50. The only problem with that is that would be a break of the parabolic trajectory. So if the price can maintain this sort of pennant formation, and let's say we're finding good support and we're becoming very stable at the $330 level, then it becomes more likely that we do continue to the upside. Of course, you can get a breakdown here as well. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. I'm pretty on the fence right now about, if Chainlink is going to continue this or not, but we're still holding higher lows here, right? We're still pretty comfortable sitting above $3 right now. This run is still totally intact. So if you can hold that $3 level and squeeze into $3.30 and get a break to the upside, then you should get some nice momentum off that move, guys, and likely you'd be headed for potentially higher highs and continue the blue sky breakout. Possibly going upwards of what I believe to be $5.75 potentially. BNB still sitting pretty right now, as usual. Getting some support here around $32. Dante says he got in at Chainlink at 3, so I'm guessing you bought that dip there. Craig Neve says Litecoin at $60 is a good buy. Yeah, I mean, if we do fall below our parabolic support line here, then I mean, let's look at some previous levels. Again, $100 is pretty critical. If you fall below $100, you're going to get some good downside momentum. But, you know, this level right here is pretty interesting to me. Pretty critical, you know, previous resistance here, previous resistance here, you know, previous resistance in this range as well. And then good support, good bounce off that level. And that's coming in at about $60. So yes, LTC at $60, definitely a pretty good level. If you fall below 100, that is most likely what you're going to see. Which it does seem like a steep correction, but I mean, guys, this is crypto, right? You got to expect these kinds of moves. Is Monero still alive? I believe so. Last time we looked at Monero, we were pulling back pretty harshly. Let's see. Oh yeah, we are getting a nice pullback here. You did have some previous resistance off, support off that level there. So this level right here, very critical support area in the past. This is Monero here. So yeah, the 50% retrace could be acting as a significant support level, which would be about $80. Although you have broken the parabolic trajectory that Monero is, a lot of these coins have been on, alongside Bitcoin. So Monero has broken down. I mean, you could argue that it hasn't, but I mean, you have this like shooting star top here, and looking at it from the linear perspective, these lows, and you had this nice blow off top and a rejection. Definitely looks like you're breaking below that trend reversal for sure here. Coming up on $80, significant support for Monero, guys. So yeah, I mean, Chainlink right now looks like it's pulling back a little bit. We could be coming back to test $3 again, maybe bouncing up to $3.50 again, maybe chopping into this range. If you fail this support at $3, then likely you're going to be looking for $2.50. But we could be seeing a nice formation here going into July. This is the 12-hour chart, guys. MaxX says, I expected more out of Monero. Yeah, there's no, in my opinion, we don't have any great privacy coins yet. That is the one space in crypto I'm looking to see more development, is privacy coins, guys. Matt P coming in with a 2 says your TA is on point. Much appreciated, Matt. Much appreciated. Thank you for being here, man. Shout out to Tech Boy Engineer Robert Fernandez. Oh, I missed this one. Had money in my account and love your streams So here you go. Robert coming at the 2. Much appreciated, Robert. And Matt P coming at the 2. Guys, shout out to all you guys. Much appreciated. And thank you guys all for being here. And thank you for the 250 people watching right now. Definitely smash a button that is on the screen. Like, dislike, subscribe, either one. Here's a throwback Civic. Yeah, I haven't heard that one in ages. Have not heard that one in ages. All right, let's check to see what Bitcoin's doing here. Falling below 9,800 on Bitstamp again. So, all right. So it looks like we might continue the pullback. Let's check out Coinbase here. Let's go to the 4 hour. We could be getting closer to the 9,500 target. Possibly, the parabolic trajectory is specifically coming in at 9,200. And then, this critical support, previous resistance levels. So, that would be, I think, the max pullback before getting a much harsher pullback. So let's see here, guys. Let's bring it down to the hourly so we can see what's going on in the short term. 9,750. Would you consider this a shakeout? Not really. I would just consider this a normal market reaction to getting an epic parabolic move from 3,100 to 14,000. I would say that this is quite normal for Bitcoin, guys. A shakeout. I mean, yeah, you could look at it that way, I guess. But this is just we're just testing back to support levels to possibly regain support and maintain within the parabolic trajectory. Possibly, but we could also be looking to, get a little bit of a more medium-term pullback to create a larger scale parabolic move. We're going to find out soon, guys. So we just tested 9,750 here on Coinbase. And again, it's possible that this is a falling wedge. However you want to look at this, right? Most consistent resistance and most consistent support. If you do, rally out of this area, again, you could, if we do get good support here, guys, I would not be surprised to see 11,200. I would not be surprised to see 11,200 on this bounce if we do get one. We are getting really close to the 9,500 target. So, getting support in this area would not be a surprise, guys. We're, $250 above that target that I said about a week ago. Not bad. Jose says, if BTC pumps and alts make a new low, I'll be 100% in alts by then. Yeah, guys, so this is also, again, once again, guys, almost a perfect touch off the 382 fib extension, guys. Almost perfect touch if we do get support. Again, could potentially bounce back towards the 236, possibly. Yeah, guys. For me personally, I like to keep my TA like quite simple. Right now I have a lot of this chart. This chart looks ridiculous right now, but I like to keep things simple. For me, it works out much better than relying on indicators. I think indicators can be very misleading, guys. I just use trend lines, support and resistance, mainly support and resistance, guys, and trend lines, and just understanding market psychology. What price points are significant to people. Big L coming in with the 5. It says, awesome TA, love your sessions. Your sessions rock. Keep it up. Much love from Greece. I'm 200% in profits on my short. Hope it will hold. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome, man. Much appreciated for that donation. I would just say don't be surprised. We are in a falling wedge pattern right now, so don't be surprised for if we get a bounce. We just fell from, guys. I mean, just look at this. We went from 3,100 to 14,000. Right. This pullback should not be a surprise. Also, we went from 14,000 to 9,700 now. A little bit of a bounce shouldn't be a surprise, right? This is Bitcoin, guys. Just expect these swings, right? The market's never going to go just in the way that you want. I mean, unless you were accumulating here and you're a bull, right? So we have over 300 people watching. Definitely hit that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm getting back in the swing of YouTube. Took a little bit of a break during our bull run here. I was even though I was accumulating here and telling people that it was a good idea to accumulate here, because my 2,500 prediction was off by $600. I just wasn't getting all too many people viewing. Got a lot of complainers as we were bouncing here, but just taking advantage of this move to get back into it, guys. But again, if we do get a bounce, could be retesting 11,200, and I think it's more likely that we do regain support closer to 7,500. We could maintain within the parabolic trajectory. I think it's quite unlikely. I see this as a blow off top, we have a short term dead cat bounce right here. We could be getting a larger scale dead cat bounce up towards this 11,200 area before getting a longer term pullback. Just going through chat. And one more time, guys, I'm going to ask the chat, do you think that we're going to maintain the parabolic trajectory and hit a new high, or break down in this fashion? Press 1 if you think we're going to maintain to the upside and hit new highs, or press 2 if you think we're going to be doing something like this. Let me know in the chat, guys. New highs, press 1. Break the trajectory to the downside, press 2. I would like to know what you guys think. So Ethereum right now testing really critical previous resistance points, just sitting right on that support area. If you do break down from this area, you could be seeing $230. And again, Ethereum also on a sort of a parabolic trajectory. If you fall below this area, you would be breaking that. And Litecoin, extremely critical for it to hold this level right now. XRP still holding that support, becoming a little bit more horizontal now. All right, let's see. I asked the chat, continue parabolic to new highs or break down in this fashion? And let's see. Most people think we are going to break down now. I think it's overwhelmingly actually people think we're going to see something like this rather than new highs. So XMR, accidentally clicked on that, but it looks like we're pulling back to the 50% retrace, possibly going to get a bounce off $80. We'll see. So we'll see if this area acts as support. I'm not going to be streaming too much longer, guys. But yeah, we could have a bit of a falling wedge and a potential bounce up to 11,200 coming soon. Possibly, guys, if we get the support at this level. we could be seeing that bounce that I have mapped out here. We will see, though, guys. Wait, let me see. Neville says 1,250 is JP Morgan's fair target price for entry interest. That sounds like a load of crap to me, guys. They're probably already in this. They're probably already in this. Just going through chat real quick. What do I think of ADA? I'm not a huge fan of ADA. Not a huge fan. I don't know. I guess I haven't really looked into ADA enough to really give a great opinion. I'm not necessarily the person to ask about ADA specifically, guys. But yeah, in terms of smart contract platform, I would just go with Ethereum. That is your most surefire bet right now, although I'm not a financial advisor. Philip says, I thought July would be a good month for Bitcoin. I mean, it's all, guys, we've had so much upside here. This is not a surprise. This is not a surprise at all. Yeah, some people argue that 7,500 is, again, this is mapped out at 7,000. This is just like, on the fly. 7,500 becoming, in at this previous support right here. So a little bit higher. But, it's possible that, we actually have a stronger, even more, the trajectory could be even more parabolic than what I have mapped out here. We'll see what happens, guys. Right now, this is a very speculative idea, but I think it is what's most likely. Someone's asking for XLM. Let's see. I haven't looked at this one in a while. XLM. What would be the best exchange for this one? Bitfinex. Okay, XLM right now on the 4-hour, just above 10 cents. Is this the right chart? Is this the most long term? What is the most long term? What would be the most long term for XLM? What is the most price history for XLM, guys? Yeah, excuse my ignorance. I really haven't been looking at XLM all too much, guys. Well, I can just do more short term. Let's just do more short term for now. Bittrex to USDT? Someone says Bittrex. Okay. Well, this is also... Well, this is not looking all too good. I'm just going to look at Bitfinex for now, guys. This is not looking all too great for XLM right now. You're getting these areas of, right now, just as it seems here, you're getting these areas of like slightly higher lows. Or in this area, you had lower highs, and then you break down. You have this low here, slightly higher lows, and then you break down. Right now, you're getting slightly higher lows, and it looks like you're probably going to break down again. Probably. It's not looking all too good, guys. This is on a consistent downswing right now. Is XLM oversold? I don't know, guys. You know, a lot of people are looking into altcoins right now, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, alt season, alt season." I'm super skeptical right now of alt season, guys. I'm sure some altcoins are gonna bounce. Like, you know, if Bitcoin gets a nice reaction rally here, another, you know, a dead cat bounce before a pullback or something, you know, the reaction rallies are always where the alts do well, right? You know, you came up 20,000, pullback, reaction up. This is where alts do well. Pullback, reaction up. Alts do well. Pullback, reaction up. Alts do well, right? So it's not during the pullbacks, it's during the reactions, from my experience, guys. So if Bitcoin gets a reaction up, then you might see alts doing something. But also, we have to remember, though, that this market is now a little bit more mature. People aren't as stupid anymore. People understand that there are bad projects out there, and not all the altcoins are going to pump again, right? It's going to be fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer. In my opinion, guys, it'll be fewer and fewer and fewer altcoins that are going to be rallying, I think. I don't think we're going to... I personally don't think that alt season is going to be as across the board as it always used to be, right? Guys, the market was very ignorant here, right? People didn't even know what Bitcoin was, and they were buying it. And then we had a pullback and then every coin was being pumped, and nobody knew what was going on. They were just buying, right? The market's different now. The people involved in the market are a little bit more mature, and they understand that there are terrible coins out there that actually have no value at all. So this alt season, I think, will be different. I think you're going to see a few key projects getting good rallies, and a lot of them will not bounce in the way that you think, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's what I think is most likely right now. But we'll see. Yeah, it's not looking all too great for XLM here. Someone was just asking about XLM. Very critical support to be holding at this point, right? Very critical. Yeah, if you fall below that 10-cent mark, it's going to get pretty ugly probably. It's going to get pretty ugly. But again, you just find that you just kind of swoop down, get these higher lows, break down. Slightly higher lows, break down. And right now you are getting higher lows. But if you get a bounce off the 10-cent mark, if you get a bounce off this level, yeah, it could be oversold. It could be oversold at this point, but it's just not looking too great. The volume doesn't look too great, guys. It's lacking. It is being accumulated, but it's just, I don't know. It's not necessarily what I like to see in a chart. So we're coming back to 9,800 now. Again, this line that you see below this falling wedge pattern is the parabolic trajectory that we've been on. These lows, consistent higher lows, giving us the parabolic formation. So, if we break this to the downside, we could be coming up on 9,500 to 9,200 or so before possibly getting a bounce off that. We're going to see here, guys. Coming up on 9,800 again. Let's go to the hourly so we can see what's going on here in the short term. Let's see how we fare at this support level. All right, the 30-minute. We've touched this support on the 30-minute twice now. We're coming up on it again. We'll see if we get support or if we break through it. The main note says, don't panic, sell nubs. Yeah, guys, the point isn't the point I'm making on this channel is that we're just we're looking for pullbacks here, guys. I mean, if you're a trader, this is what you look out for, guys. I'm not telling you to panic sell. That's never a good. It's never good advice. We're coming closer to support levels right now, most likely, right? Again, I talk about this all the time. If the price is on the way up, if you're buying on the way up, you're setting yourself up for downside potential. If the price is trending down, generally, if you're buying on the way down, you're setting yourself up for upside potential. That's not to say, I'm not talking about this specific situation right now per se. I'm just a general thing to think about for anyone who might be new to trading. Just like keep that in mind. So yeah, if we don't find support here, we could extend down and gain a lot of volume if we do that, and possibly, come back up to retest. But if we do find support at 9,750 and rally back into this range, we could be in for maybe we could hold within this and actually just become super bearish and break down. But if we find support here, we could rally back up again to do something like this. Possibly. Just a possibility, guys. Alright guys, but I've been streaming for about an hour now. We have 350 people watching. Definitely hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm probably going to end the stream soon. Didn't want to stream for too long. Guys, at the end of the video, I mean, whenever, for all of my streams, just so you guys know, for all of my streams after the stream is over, except for the one I did today, there's time codes in the comment section. So once the stream is over, give it like 20 minutes or something. You come back and you'll have time codes to click on, and you can go over all the points. Like some people are asking me alt season. There's going to be a time code that'll explain my opinion on alt season. Let's see. So we're still testing 9,800. I'll hang out for a few more minutes to see how we fare. Breaking below 9,800 again, it seems. Looking at the hourly chart here to see how we do at this support line. The human tripod coming in with the $1. Much appreciated, my man. Shout out to Tech Boy, Engineer Corner, Robert, Matt P, Big L, and the human tripod. If we're going to dead cat bounce, it would have happened already, says Philip. Why do you say that? I mean, you could be correct, but we'll see. I mean, we already had, in my opinion, a dead cat bounce. This one right here. That's what we were looking out for on this channel. So we are breaking below. It looks like the market wants to test below. Maybe, maybe not. All right, we are getting a push downwards towards 9,700 right now. We'll see. Just hit 9,737. So Ethereum sitting at 274. Litecoin getting critical here, guys. Getting critical for Litecoin. Could see a quick move to $100 if you break this support. All right, looking at the 30-minute here, we'll see if we can hold support if we break down. BTC Jason says people are going to lose faith in Bitcoin. This drop will hurt us, guys. If we can go from 20,000 to 3,100. And still have a nice rally, I think we can go from 14,000 to 9,700. I think that's completely reasonable. If we break below the trajectory, like and get extremely bearish, extremely fast, then yes, people will definitely lose faith in Bitcoin. But again, what I'm looking for is something like this. Maybe get a break to the upside out of this falling wedge that we're in right now. Trade sideways, pull back to 7,500. Hit the goal to retrace, potentially rally out long term in a larger scale bullish move. Let's see. Just hanging out right above 9,800 right now. It's becoming more likely that we trade back into this range if we can get the support here. Sitting in the falling wedge. I feel like if I end the stream, we're going to hit 9,500. And if I keep streaming, we're just going to sit right at 9,800. K-Rex is, I mean, people are asking me if they should sell. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. I don't know where you bought in. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if you bought in, at the 3,000 range, or if you bought in, at 14,000. I don't know what your situation is, so I can't give you advice on that. And I'm not a financial advisor anyway, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. But the way that I'm looking at this chart right now is we have this parabolic trajectory. We have consistent support on this trajectory. We have a falling wedge right now. We had a descending triangle breakdown giving us a falling wedge. So if we find support at this area, then we could be in for a nice bounce, giving potentially maybe a good short-term entry here, maybe a better levels to sell at up here. We'll see though. We have to find that support first. Got 376 people tuned in. Much appreciated, guys. Definitely hit the like button if you're enjoying the stream, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Are we still parabolics as cheese? Yeah, guys. I mean, technically, yes. At least in the way that I'm looking at it. Some people would actually argue that we're not. Some people would actually argue that we broke the parabolic trajectory after 11,000. But personally, I would say, you know, that last line of defense for the bulls to stay within the trajectory is like, you know, about 9,500, which is where we're coming. This is what I've been looking for, guys. We're almost there right now. I mean, we could get a bounce here. We could pull back a little bit more. You know, some people would say we're already out of the parabolic trajectory. Personally, I would say we're still within it. I think we're still within it, guys. All right, let's see. All right, coming up to test the support again. We'll see. We just keep hanging out right here. $200 email in the 4 hour. Is it support? Don't really use this very much, but it could be. We actually bounced off of it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times as we were testing the $7,500 level. So 200 EMA on the 4 hour acted as really nice support here. Keep, you know, holding us within the parabolic trajectory. Right now coming up on that right here. So maybe this could be that support. So Litecoin is just possibly starting to dip below the parabolic trajectory that it has been on. We'll see. We're right on it right now. All right, looks like we might test lower here on Coinbase, looking at Bitcoin on Coinbase. So again, guys, we've been looking out for this 9,500 target for about a week now. So we'll see if we can hit it if we pull back. The parabolic trajectory is, I mean, we could still maintain above it if we hit 9,200. You know, we could go as low as 9,200 while still remaining in the parabolic trajectory. So we'll see here, guys. Let's see, we're sitting right at that previous level, waiting to see if Bitcoin can get support or if it continues to pull back. And again, we are sitting in what seems to be a falling wedge now. We had a descending triangle pattern here, guys. Broke to the downside here. Check it out. With the, you know, horizontal supports, lower highs, broke to the downside, rallied up, tested out as resistance, pulled back. So we had a descending triangle breakdown, giving us now a falling wedge. Real life says Link seems to be holding between 320 and 328. Yeah, I mean, we could still, we still actually do have more room to pull back. We do have more room to pull back to still, maintain higher lows. Of course, guys, we could squeeze into this pennant and break down as well. But, we are on a parabolic trajectory. The momentum is overall to the upside. Overall, guys. We are now getting lower highs, though, right? So we had a bit of a blow off top, got some lower highs, but we're looking to see if we can gain some support in this area. Yeah, the MACD is showing a potential sell-off in the near future, but we'll see, guys. We could just sell off a little bit towards the $3 level and squeeze into this range around $3.30 before continuing the move to the upside. Again, it's been really interesting to see Chainlink bouncing off all these hold numbers, getting support, getting resistance at $1.50, getting support just below $1, rallying up to $2, getting rejected off $2, moving up to $2.50, getting rejection off $2.50, rallying up to $3. Getting support off $3, rallying up towards $3.50, $4.50. It's just been interesting to see this blue sky breakout. It's just ping ponging off of these 50-cent regions over and over. So let's see. I mean, yeah, we could maintain within the falling wedge possibly. We'll see. It's hard to tell right now. We're just hanging out just around 9,700, 9,800 now. I'm not going to be streaming for too long unless we get some action here, guys. But if you do like these kinds of streams, definitely feel free to subscribe. Rico S, what is up? Says, well, I guess it's time to enjoy Carlos again. Yes, it is. Time to enjoy Carlos. The chat named my plant Carlos. So say hi to Carlos, guys. Carlos is hiding in the back. Let me know, guys. Do you guys think that we're going to get a breakdown towards 9,200, 9,500, or a rally back into the falling wedge to test the resistance line? If you think we're going to rally from here off 9,800, 9,700, I mean, press 1. If you think we're going to pull back, press 2. This is a very short-term thing I'm asking here, guys. Very short-term stuff. It looks like we could get some support off here, but we'll see. It seems like most people are saying 2. It seems like a lot of people in here are looking for a pullback. I mean, guys, the other day when I was looking for the dead cat bounce, everyone was bullish. Everybody was like, "No, Kevin, we're going up. What are you talking about?" Classic, guys. It was classic. I mean, it was really the volume here on this bounce back, this choppy movement going up with a decline in positive volume. It was like becoming, it was just showing a lack of momentum. Also, we're coming up to the parabolic resistance line as well. Just like this area, we were chopped above it for a bit, tried to maintain support above it, tried to become more parabolic, couldn't do it, pulled back, hit the resistance again, hit the support, rallied up, got our blow off top, pulled back into this area, tried to get above this again, and couldn't do it, guys. Still hanging out right at our support. Edward Park, what is up? Welcome back. Ludi says never buy Bitcoin in the summer. Go on vacation. That's kind of what I did during this this bull run, but I mean, buying Bitcoin in the summer turned out to be a great idea here. Turned out to be great. Buying Bitcoin in the summer turned out to be great over here as well. Buying Bitcoin in the summer turned out to be great over here as well. Great summer buy, great summer buy, great summer buy. Great summer buy. And technically this was a great summer buy as well. Technically this was a great summer buy, guys. If you're a strong hodler. But I think this might be a little different. I mean, we'll see. Well, actually, what am I talking about? I'm expecting this as well. I think we could be in for a great summer buy. Coming in towards August, we might be in for another great summer buy. Guys, I'm bearish short term. I'm a long term bull. Don't get me wrong here, guys. Everyone just sees me as a bear. I'm good at being a bear, but I'm I believe in Bitcoin, guys. All right, getting a new hourly here. Let's see. Looking at the 2 hour right now. Oh, do we not have that on right now? Forgot about this one. I forgot. All right, so we are testing the lower end of our falling wedge right now, continuing the breakdown of the descending triangle. And we are coming up on an extremely critical support area right now, guys. Right, we have 9,500, 9,000, or 9,200. Our previous, this previous resistance area, which could be acting as support around 9,500. Also, the parabolic trajectory as well, right here, just below us now. So it looks like we are pushing down. Looks like Bitcoin wants to push down a little more, possibly. It keeps testing this range. Just like teasing to the downside. The woodland ambience is very relaxing. Yeah, I forgot to turn it on this time. But yeah, we have almost 400 people watching here, guys. Definitely hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. If you like these types of live stream hangouts. All right, yeah, we're kind of just hanging out at the bottom of the falling wedge. I mean, it's possible that we do actually break down to test either 9,500 or the upsloping support or the parabolic support line, or it's possible we could just maintain in here. Again, in the longer term, I am looking for something like this. I'm looking for something like this. We are squeezing now down into this falling wedge. Potential bounce incoming, possibly. If we do break below this area, things would get very bearish very fast. But I would say more likely to get a short-term bounce up towards 11,200, chop sideways, and then potentially pull back. Some people are thinking we're going to continue parabolic. I think it's less likely. Looking for a pullback. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream soon. But yeah, we're testing just around my target that we set around the 9,500 area. Need to know the music's playing at the start of the stream, guys. It is here. I'll just post it. I do have it in the description. You can find it in the description, guys. Let's see what happens here, guys. We are actually testing down a little bit lower. Just barely. Just barely. I mean, Bitcoin is teasing this support line right now. It's just sitting in limbo here. I mean, guys, if we can't hold this support right here, then yes, it could be a much stronger pullback. Like, let's see where that would be coming in. This previous resistance, right? So if we can't actually hold this range right here, then we could be seeing, 8,800. 8,300, right? It looks like we are pushing down a little more, slowly inching down. Yeah, this previous resistance here, 9,500 is what we're coming up on. which I think would be a nice area to bounce off of for at least a short-term bounce. But it could be anywhere in here. Yeah, if you can't hold that, yeah, everyone's talking about the CME gaps. I don't think that that's going to be, guys. We're looking at Bitcoin exchanges, you know, where Bitcoin is traded right now. We're looking at where Bitcoin is traded. Yeah, guys, I only put music in the beginning of the streams. I'm not gonna. I don't want to put music in during the stream. I'd rather just keep it relaxed. What happens when Bitcoin gets support, guys? Again, I'm looking for something like this. If this falling wedge, you know, we had a decent and triangle breakdown giving us a falling wedge. If this falling wedge does bounce to the upside, I would be looking for a test of about 11,200, which is the 236. You know, if we do break below support here significantly, then you could be seeing, you know, a test of previous resistance here, you know, 8,800 to 8,400, which is the 50% retrace. That would be a pretty steep drop here for Bitcoin if that were to take place. Rico S says, if Justin's son is the reason Buffett buys Bitcoin, I will leave crypto. All right, looks like we are continuing the pullback a little bit now. Pulling back below that support line. We'll see how much momentum we have to the downside now. We're looking at Coinbase right here, pulling back towards 9,700. Hans says, I'm very curious to see where the price will be January 1st of 2020. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no bounce yet. No, yeah, I mean, guys, like my line might not be perfectly drawn, but I think it's pretty much there. Bitcoin literally just sitting in limbo right now. Total limbo. Do you really think people selling off care or look at support levels? Do you really think people selling off care or look at support levels? I'm not really sure what you're asking there, but I mean, you know, we're coming up on support levels, right? So people who are selling here are probably, you know, just like panic selling or whatever. Like, not saying it's a good or bad idea to do sell here or whatever, but I'm just saying, you know, people, you know, a lot of people are getting worried now that we're below 10,000 again. You know, we were sitting at 14,000, absolute euphoria, guys. Pull back to just above 10,000, dead cat bounce, pulling back below 10,000 now. People are definitely getting a little bit worried here. You know, but we are coming up on critical supports here. Right? Critical support areas. 382 critical fib node as well. So I would say, you know, if you're selling here, you're probably just going to be, it's just a panic sell, not necessarily greatest decision. You're coming up on extremely critical support, but we'll see. I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I mean, the prime area to take profits was off the rally or off the dead cat bounce. Now you're coming back to support, right? You're most likely going to find a bounce, whether it's here, whether it's, you know, 9,500, 9,200, 8,800, 82, 8,300. You know, you're going to find a bounce somewhere in here, most likely. So you're coming closer to support areas, right? You know, it's the rallies. You want to sell the rallies, the pullbacks, you know, that you're finding support now, right? At least attempting to. Currently in a falling wedge pattern, which generally does break to the upside, right? Generally. Nothing is guaranteed in Bitcoin, guys. But we are coming up on support targets now. But anyway, guys, I've been streaming for like an hour, 40 minutes now. We've got 400 people watching. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. If you like these kinds of streams, definitely hit that like button, subscribe. I am going to be ending the stream. You know, I don't want to, you know, go for too long now. It looks like we could be finding some support now. Could be finding some support at the bottom of the falling wedge. Again, possibly, as I've been saying, possibly getting a retrace back up to the 236 fib extension. So we'll see, guys. We'll see how this plays out. You know, we could also hit the 9,500 target, but we're close enough, guys. We're close enough to potentially get a rebound up to 11,200, and we'll see how things go from there. We'll see how things go from there, guys. I much appreciate everybody tuning in. Also, shout out to Tech Boy, Engineer, Corner Robert, Matt P, Big L, and the Human Tripod. Much appreciated, guys. Also, I see all of the saw a lot of familiar faces in the chat. Good to have you guys here. Guys, there will be time codes in the description, and if anything crazy happens, I will be going live. And, you know, look out for those new streams, new videos and stuff, which will be coming out. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you guys all in the next video or the next stream. Peace out, guys. Have a good night. Have a good morning, wherever you may be.